Good morning, children. I would like to welcome each and everyone to the EVS 2 class. And children, we have already started with the new lesson, that is United We Stand Part 1. And even we have completed in our live class about the reasons for diversity. And today we are going to do the leftover work. So before moving to the new topic, let us see what we have learned in our previous few classes. So recap, we have learned about India. India is one country with many different culture. So now what is the meaning of culture? The language, food, clothing and other habits of a group of people is called their culture. And if yesterday I have also shown you the slides where we have seen that there are different cultures, that is language language they speak different, food they eat different, the clothing, the dressing sense is also different, the way they dress, the state wise they have their own way of dressing, they have their own language, and moreover they eat their own traditional dishes. Then even we have learned about the languages. So what do you mean by language, children? Languages means communication of thoughts and feeling, communication with one another, sharing our joys and sorrows, communicating with one another, and each region have their own languages, okay? And there are 22 official languages. The most important thing is that there are 22 official languages, means it is used for official work. If you giving an example of the state Assam, our official language is Assamese. If you visit to any other government, in any government uh, offices, you will see that people generally speak Assamese, as Assamese is the official language of our state Assam. State-wise, they have their own official language. Then, even we have learned about India have different kinds of food and clothing. Isn't it, children? We have learned about the different clothing styles. In South, people wear mundus. Then in South, sorry, in West, they wear Rajasthan, they wear dhoti, kurta, and turban. You can see that every state has their own way of dressing, okay? And regarding the food also, and regarding the food I said, because though we can see most of the state have the same staple diet, that is rice, same staple food, that is rice is being prepared but in different manner. We cook the rice in Assam, we cook it and we cook and we eat, okay? And if you go to the south, what they do, they grind it, they make powder and make paste, and they make from the rice powder, and they prepare dosa, idli, vara. So you can see that their staple diet is also rice, but they are prepared in different manner. Then if you go to the north and west, you'll see there they eat mostly roti, chapati, that is made out of wheat, okay? But then you can see bajre ki roti, then they will be getting kulsa in the northern, in Jammu and Kashmir. Then if you are in um, Rajasthan, you will find that people generally eat roti, and because they can grow bajra, okay, bajre ki roti. So climate and physical feature also affect the crops grown there. As we have read that the climate and physical features affect the culture of each region. Why the culture is given, children? Because in under the culture meaning you will find food, okay? Because culture is what? Language, food and clothing. So food is also different. Climate and physical features also affect the crops grown there. In in western side, you will not find rice cultivation, because the climate is different there. It is totally dry. We have the people in Rajasthan, they have less rainfall. Again, if you go to Himachal Pradesh, then Himachal Pradesh, then Kashmir, then what you'll find, the climate is cold there, very cool there. So you can't grow rice. So there is a difference. State-wise, we have our own crops grown. Okay. So it is said that climate and physical features also affect the crops grown. So in that way, the staple diet food also have variety. Okay, the staple diet or main food depends on what is easily available in the state. They also affect the clothing in different regions, and we have already studied yesterday that uh, not it's too cold, it is covered with snow throughout the year, so people generally wear woolen clothes. And if you come to the south, the where climate is hot and humid, so people generally wear cotton clothes to keep their body warm. Okay, so let us start today's topic, and we have covered what we have learned in this few classes. Now let us move to the new topic. So today's topic is unity in diversity. So what is the today's topic, children? Unity in diversity. And what will be the learning outcome? What are you going to learn from it? Students will be able to define the term unity in diversity. At the end of that, you will be able to define what is unity in diversity. Okay, now let's see. So looking at the picture, children, you can see that we have unity in diversity. There are different religion symbols are given. The clothings are different. They speak different language, but we are united. Okay, united means together. And see, you can see the pictures that there are different religions. The way of dressing sense are also not same. They are different. Then we speak different languages, isn't it? So, but we are united. Okay, children? And at the same time, we are all united as people of India. So, we will not say we are Assamese, we are Hindu, we are Muslim, we are Sikh, or I am from state Andhra Pradesh, or I am from Orissa. We are not saying that way, but we say that we are all Indians. We live in a country where we have unity in diversity. We are all Indians. So let us move to the next slide. So here are the national festival. Every every states have their own religious festivals. Every religion have their own religious festival. But we have the national festival that is celebrated all over the country. Okay, all over the country, the national festivals are being observed or celebrated. National festivals. So we have the Republic Day that is celebrated in 26 January. We have 15 August as Independence Day, and we have the Gandhi Jayanti celebrated on 2nd October, on the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, these are the three national festivals which keeps us united and are celebrated all over India. Okay, children, now at the same time we are going to see another new thing. It's a new for you. So what is the meaning of constitution? The spelling of constitution is Constitution. Constitution. So what do you mean by constitution? Law of a nation. This is the law of the nation. Here it's a book where it contains law and duties of all Indians, and it states that all Indians are equal before the law. So all Indians are equal before the law, whether it be a poor or a rich, or whether it be a Hindu or a Muslim or a Sikh, anywhere, anything, but we are all Indians and we have to follow the law of a nation. Okay, that is the constitution. And I would like to share one more thing. The father of our Indian constitution is Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Okay, you should remember Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. He was called the father of our constitution. So constitution, in short, you should know that a book that contains law and orders and duties for the whole country, whole nation. Okay. our country India. So you have to follow the laws, rules and regulation that are given in our constitution, okay, in that particular law book. Okay, children, these are the important things we have learned, and we have covered the end of the topic. And in the next live class we are going to do our workbook discussion, including few of the textbook question answers also. That means train my brain, then I explore, we are going to do in our next class. Till then, children, thank you and have a nice day ahead.